Hey guys, I'm starting with a very light pinky orange for the top of our skyline. Like I said in a previous video, you can put tape down on the edges if you want to have clean edges on yours. I'm just going to have rough edges for this example. And sorry about the shadows going on. I've got a very cloudy day today. Then I took that color and I mixed it with a little bit of red so it's slightly darker. We'll just put that kind of in the bottom middle here. And we're blending it in with that other orange a little bit, but not covering the other orange. And I'm going to take a little bit of yellow and just dab on the area around where our sun will be. Just putting in that glow. Then I'm going to take a dry, clean brush and blend the edges out into our orange. We don't want any rough edges where you can see one paint end. We want them to blend into each other. Nice soft edges. Now with yellow, I'm gonna put down the circle for my sun. We'll come back in with more whites and lighter yellows for that later when it dries, so it's not just mixing together because it's still wet. Now I'm taking a periwinkle blue color. You can mix blue and some white, a lot of white, and a little bit of blue. You can make this, and then I mixed it with even more white to make it really soft. I'm going to start dabbing on my clouds. Not super neat, just keeping them nice and fluffy. It's okay to have some of that orange peeking through the holes in between. Then I'm going to take my dry, clean brush again and just blend those a little bit into the orange. Just soften their edges. And I don't like how I kind of have a little blob of blue here, so I'll go back in with my pink and just dab over that. My pinky orange, I mean. Now I'll take a darker version of that periwinkle blue, the one that I mixed before I mixed it with more white, and add some dimension to my clouds. Now I'm going to add even more dimension to my clouds by mixing my periwinkle with a tiny bit of black. A tiny bit goes a long way. But those blues kind of blend into each other really harshly, so I'm going to go back to my medium periwinkle and use that to kind of blend the two, the dark and the light, so there's not such a harsh edge. And now I'll go in with a little more yellow and just make the glowing parts of the clouds closest to the sun. Just tiny little smears of light. And you can take a dry brush and blend those out a little more if they look too harsh to you. Then we want the darkest blue that you have. Mine is this kind of royal blue. It's called ultramarine. And we'll use that for our first mountain. Starts over here, and we're going to go over our clouds a little bit. Make the edges nice and bumpy, because mountains aren't super smooth. Just a rough shape coming down. Then we can fill that in. We're going to use even darker blues for our lower mountains, so don't worry about figuring out where the bottom of this first mountain should go, because we're going to just go over the top of it anyway. I went ahead and brought the rest of my clouds down here into that white space using my medium periwinkle with some of it mixed with white over top, and I brought some of the darker down as well. Now I've mixed my dark blue with a tiny bit of black to get a slightly darker blue color for my lower mountain. Just gonna make that one come down over here and then go back up on this side. Keeping my shapes really rough so they look like they're covered in trees and rocks and cliffs. You can either mix more black with this darker blue you've made, or you can use just straight black if you want a lot of contrast between your mountains. Mine are already pretty dark, so I'm going to use just straight black for my last one. It's going to come up here into this lower valley and then go back up. Now in order to bring some light into this top mountain, because some light would be shining onto it, I mixed this blue, this darker blue, with some white, and I'm just going to go in, just dab on some shapes where the light would kind of hit the craggy cliffs. You can go in and blend that out if you want to, or if you don't like how it looks, you can completely cover it again with that dark blue. Then for a finishing touch, I came back in over my sun with some straight white and kind of blended it with the yellow a bit, just to make it look like it's glowing more. And then I'm going to bring some white just a tiny bit around where we brought that yellow around the brightest points on the clouds. Then I'm going to blend that out with a dry, clean brush. And that is it. Thanks for watching, everybody. The Creative Commons photo reference I used for this will be linked in the description. Leave us a comment if there's something you want to see. Sorry about my splotchy lighting. Hopefully you can see the colors better right here. And yeah, have a great day.